Rachel breaks a wine stand in a club, insults a girl, and throws money in a police officer's face after being fined for speeding, throwing him down from the car and ends up in jail. His billionaire father, fed up with his behavior, decides to teach her a lesson by sending her 200 years back in time. Suddenly, his lavish lifestyle transforms, and Rachel finds himself living as a servant, tasked with cleaning and caring for horses. Shocked and confused by his sudden arrival in the 18th century, he is forced into a harsh life. Rachel tries to understand what's happening and even asks locals for a phone to call the police. But no one knows what a phone is. She attempts to escape, but the Lord's son catches him and is about to have him hanged for punishment. However, the Lord's daughter intervenes, saving her life. The setting feels so real that Rachel starts to believe she has actually been teleported back in time. In reality, his father, Adam, is working with a famous producer to create an elaborate movie set in an attempt to reform him. Will Adam succeed in his mission, or will Rachel escape? To find out, we dive into the detailed explanation of the film. At the start of the film, a person running away is captured and brought to the gallows, but before the execution takes place, the scene shifts. We are introduced to a spoiled son of a millionaire, Rachel, who after causing a ruckus in a club and insulting a girl, drives away recklessly. A police officer stops him for speeding and breaking the law, but Rachel throws money at his face and tries to leave. However, when the officer blocks his car, Rachel hits him with the vehicle, injuring him, and flees. In the next scene, Rachel is arrested and taken to the police station while the injured officer is hospitalized. The senior officer, a friend of Rachel's father Adam, releases him at his request, but warns that this is the last time I am helping. Adam gives his son a last warning to correct his behavior, but Rachel insults him and leaves. Frustrated, Adam decides to teach him a lesson. He seeks help from his TV producer girlfriend Aisha, who connects him with Michael, a director who creates realistic movie sets. And still he was making a fake hanging set for a movie, for a while Adam initially hesitates due to the harshness of the plan. Aisha convinces him. Next, we see some people shooting Rachel with a tranquilizer, and he wakes up 200 years in the past, where his life of luxury has transformed into that of a servant. He is tasked with taking care of horses, but he doesn't understand what's happening. When he tries to escape, he's caught. And the punishment for running away is death. Just as he's about to be hanged, the Lord's daughter, Lily, arrives and asks her father to pardon Rachel as a birthday gift. Everything seems so real that Rachel eventually accepts that he has somehow been transported back in time. But in reality, Adam and the director have created this setup to reform him. In the following scenes, we see all the actors preparing for the next phase, where Lily will become Rachel's love interest. We also meet Mark, the Lord's son, and his real-life girlfriend Maya, who takes care of the horses used on the set. Rachel was slowly getting used to this new life, believing he had time-traveled 200 years back. One day, while sitting on the ground thinking about his previous life, he hears someone crying nearby. It turns out to be Lily, who confesses that her father wants her to marry an old landlord. This scene was part of the planned storyline to create a love story between Rachel and Lily. However, Rachel tells her that she should marry the old man, wait for him to die, and inherit all his property, showing that his personality hadn't changed much. The next day, Rachel steals a chicken and, with Jimmy, makes soup but refuses to share it. That evening, Milan finds out about the theft and gathers everyone in the yard, giving the thief a chance to confess. Otherwise, he will randomly choose someone to punish. Jimmy keeps looking at Rachel, hoping he will admit his mistake, but Rachel doesn't. As a result, Jimmy is selected at random and beaten, a scene orchestrated by a makeup artist. Despite witnessing Jamie's suffering, Rachel shows no sympathy. One day, while sitting by the river with Jimmy, Rachel notices Maya's modern undergarments as she gets off a horse. Curious, he runs after her, knocks her off the horse, and tries to check again, but before he can do anything, Jimmy and some villagers catch him, while Maya rides away. Adam, exhausted by the drama, orders Michael to stop everything, but then he sees Rachel apologizing to Maya for his behavior. Adam is pleased with the progress, and the drama continues. One night, there's a village festival with a belief that any couple who spends the night together will be united for life. Lily tries to get close to Rachel during the event, but he shows no interest. She even pretends to drown and Rachel saves her, but still shows no romantic interest, as he had started liking Maya instead. Michael decides to change the story, making Maya Rachel's girlfriend. The two begin spending time together, while Mark, Maya's real boyfriend, gets furious seeing them together. Lily is also angry about being replaced as the lead, which brings her and Mark closer. Maya sees Mark with Lily and becomes upset, while Rachel is confused, as he thought Mark and Lily were siblings. When Michael finds out about Mark and Lily's affair, he kicks them out of the movie. Angry, they expose the entire setup on a TV show, revealing that a boy is being held captive in a fake village where he's being mistreated. Meanwhile, Maya and Rachel grow closer. Police plan to raid the village soon, and Adam orders the set to be shut down immediately, but Michael refuses, wanting to shoot one last scene involving a Mongol invasion of the village. Rachel and Maya had come close to each other. One morning, while sitting outside the village, Jimmy approaches them and informs Rachel that the Mongols have attacked the village. The Lord wants everyone to gather and fight back, but Rachel, rather than confronting the Mongols, thinks it's better to escape. However, Maya disagrees, and they both return to the village to face the Mongols, who had taken over completely. The Mongol leader liking Maya and decides to take her with him. The plan was for Rachel to stand up and fight for his friend, but instead he tries to escape. Suddenly, he spots a hawk flying in the sky, a symbol of bravery in the village, as Maya had once told him. Gaining courage, Rachel mounts a horse and charges back to the village, attacking the Mongol leader and rescuing Maya. They escape towards the forest. After some time, police forces arrive at the village. Fortunately, they don't find Rachel, and Michael explains to the police that they are merely filming a movie. Without finding Rachel, the police leave. Rachel rides until they reach the main road, where he is astonished to see a gas station. Before Maya can explain anything, a sniper shoots Rachel, knocking him unconscious. In the next scene, Rachel wakes up in a hospital. His father informs him that he has been in a coma for 3 months. Rachel no longer finds pleasure in his old life. He apologizes to the officer he had injured in the accident and even gifts him his expensive car. One day in the club, Rachel sees Lily and Mark, who reveal the truth about everything to him. Afterward, Rachel goes to meet Maya at the horse stables, and she runs to him as soon as she sees him. Their lives improve for the better. In the final scene, another spoiled rich child is brought to the same movie set to be reformed, and this time, Rachel is one of the actors involved, marking the end of the film.